How many times has this happened to you? You're in the final meters of the race. You see the finish line getting closer, but someone overtakes you at the last second, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Why does this happen? Why do some runners have an explosive final sprint while others get stuck? You might think it's all about pure speed, but that's a mistake. The best runners in the world don't just run faster at the end for no reason. There's a secret behind their sprint, and today, you're going to discover it. Stay until the end, because I'm going to teach you the exact method professionals use to crush the final sprint and leave everyone behind. So get ready, because this might change the way you finish your races forever. Most runners believe that the final sprint is just about pushing to the max in the last few meters, but that's a mistake that can cost you the race. Why? Because if you reach the end without energy, no matter how hard you try, your legs simply won't respond. The big mistake most runners make is waiting until the last moment to sprint, thinking they can pull strength out of nowhere. The result? Your body is already exhausted and has no energy left for a powerful sprint. Your technique falls apart, and your stride becomes sloppy. Your speed stagnates, and you end up watching others pass you while you can't do anything about it. The best runners in the world don't wait until the last second to accelerate. They prepare their sprint long before. How do they do it? This is where the elite secret comes in, and right now, I'm going to tell you. If you think elite runners have an explosive final sprint just because they are fast, you're wrong. Sprinting is not about talent. It's something that is trained. How do the best in the world do it? The first thing you need to understand is that maximum speed is not just about running faster, but about three fundamental keys. First key, explosive strength. If you don't have strength, you don't have a sprint. Think about this. Have you ever seen a sprinter with weak legs? Impossible. Elite runners train their leg strength so that when it's time to sprint, their muscles respond like a spring. Key exercises to train explosive strength. Hill sprints. Increase power without overloading the joints. Plyometric jumps. Improve your muscles' ability to react quickly. High-speed skipping. Prepare your legs to move at a brutal pace. Without strength, there's no sprint. But that's not all you need. Second key, stride technique. Here's another mistake most people make. They think sprinting is just about taking bigger strides. Wrong. A final sprint is not about taking long strides, but about moving your legs as fast as possible. Watch any professional race finish. Their steps are short and explosive. How do you train this? Progressive sprints. Start at 60%, then go up to 80% and finish at 100%. Stride frequency drills. Speeding up and slowing down quickly to train responsiveness. If you master the technique, your sprint will be more efficient and you won't waste unnecessary energy. But there's still something more. Third key, energy control. If you reach the end exhausted, forget about sprinting. The best runners in the world manage their energy from the start of the race so that when the moment comes, they have that extra boost to accelerate. How do they do it? They know when to start pushing, not too early, not too late. They use strategic micro-rests during the race to save energy. They maintain proper posture and breathing, avoiding unnecessary tension. A final sprint is not improvised. If you want to dominate in the last meters, you have to train for it. Now that you know how the elites do it, let's see how to apply this strategy in a race. If you apply this in your next race, you'll destroy anyone in the final sprint. Here's the exact method to execute a perfect sprint in competition. Step by step. No mistakes. Step 1. 500 meters to go. Preparing the attack. Fatal mistake. Most runners wait until the last 100 meters to accelerate, and when they try to sprint, their legs are already dead. What do the elites do? They start their sprint much earlier, but without anyone noticing. At 500 meters to go, you need to activate the progressive pace change. How? Slightly lean your torso forward, but without hunching. Increase your stride frequency by 5 to 10%, but without forcing speed yet. Breathe deeper to prepare for the maximum effort. Here, you're not sprinting at 100% yet. You're just preparing for the final explosion. Step 2. Last 200 meters, controlled attack. This is where many fail. They go all out too soon and pay the price. Key rule. At 200 meters to go, switch to attack mode, but progressively. Start increasing your pace with control. More active arms. Propel your body forward. Focus on technique. Avoid unnecessary movements that steal speed. Here, you've already released the brakes, but you're not at maximum yet. Because the real explosion is coming now. Step 3. Last 100 meters, total explosion. This is where races are decided. Short, rapid strides. Don't try to lengthen your step. The key is to move your legs at maximum frequency. Strong arms. They don't just accompany the movement. They give you the extra push you need. Head up. Eyes forward. Never look to the sides or back. Every time you look back, you lose speed. There's no turning back now. This is the moment to give it everything on the track. Step 4. Last 50 meters, final finish. If you followed the plan correctly, you'll reach this point with an advantage over the others. But be careful. The last 50 meters are the critical point. Here, two things can happen. You run out of strength and lose speed. You maintain your technique and finish with a brutal sprint. How do you make sure it's the second option? Here's the trick. Slightly clench your fists. This activates muscle tension and gives you more power. Keep your breathing strong and controlled. Never hold your breath, or you'll lose strength. Cross the finish line at maximum acceleration. Do not slow down too soon. If you apply this, your final sprint will never be the same again. But there's one more trick that elite runners use, and almost no one knows about it. I'll tell you now. This is the trick elite runners use to leave their rivals with no chance in the final sprint. If you've ever wondered how some runners seem to have an extra turbo in the last meters, this is what they're doing. The secret of the reserve sprint. Before launching their final sprint, elite runners take a strategic micro-rest that gives them the ultimate explosion. Yes, you read that right. They rest before attacking. But it's not a real rest. It's a trick to fool the body into preparing for maximum acceleration. How does it work? With 150 to 200 meters to go, right before launching the sprint, they slightly reduce intensity for 3 to 5 seconds. It's not about stopping or losing speed. It's about releasing some muscle tension and relaxing their breathing. This micro-rest allows the muscles to reset, releases accumulated lactic acid, reduces muscle fatigue right before the maximum effort, prevents the body from entering a stiff state due to stress. Then, at the exact moment, they activate the sprint with everything. Fresher legs thanks to those seconds of relief. Muscles ready to respond with maximum explosiveness. They feel lighter and faster. Why does it work? Neuroscience applied to sprinting. The body has a self-protection mechanism to prevent us from reaching our absolute maximum effort. This deceptive rest deactivates that barrier for a few seconds and allows you to give everything when it really matters. In elite competitions, runners who apply this trick maintain better speed in the last 100 meters than those who sprint without a prior pause. How to apply it in a race. At 150 to 200 meters to go, slightly relax your muscles for 3 to 5 seconds. Take a deep breath and release the tension in your arms and shoulders. In the last 100 meters, activate maximum sprint with fresh legs. This trick can make the difference between finishing strong or watching others overtake you at the last second. If you've never tried it, do it in your next training session and feel the difference. And now tell me, how many seconds do you think you could gain with this method? Now you have the keys to dominate the final sprint and leave everyone behind. If you apply this method, you will notice the difference in your next race. Try the reserve sprint trick and tell me in the comments how many seconds you gain. If you enjoyed the video and it helped improve your running, give it a like and subscribe for more content to help you run faster and stronger. See you in the next video.